All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 1 of the Offline Podcast. We made it.
Yes, sir.
We made it, boys. So this podcast, Tri-City's newest podcast, we're going to be sharing the stories and successes of local business owners, entrepreneurs, influencers, athletes. So that's kind of the premise of the show. Talk about our guest hosts here. We got Bailey Rivas.
Howdy.
Arthur Bonkers.
What's up, guys?
And then I'm Brandon Eckhart. But first and foremost, we got Joey Casados here.
How's it going?
And owner of Flight, Tap and Table.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hey, thanks for letting us use your beautiful space. This is the spot that we think for Tri-Cities.
Yeah, for sure.
Go-to spot.
I'm super excited, man.
That's dope. Hey, so before we dive into some deeper questions, let's just talk about kind of your background. What led you to this moment to open this restaurant, or tap room, I should say.
Tap room, for sure.
And you also own a tea house as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of what got you into the game. But just talk about kind of your background.
Yeah, for sure. I'm born and raised here in Tri-Cities, and at an early age, I got the love for being the person that everyone wants to be around. You know what I mean? My dad growing up, and it's all because of my dad. My dad grew up. I grew up with my dad. He was part of a pool league. You guys know the pool tables. Back in the day, the pool leagues were huge, man. And he was a pool shark. And at our house downstairs, he had sort of say like a boom room. A pool table, bar lights, everything. And every time, all his friends came over to hang out with him. So that's where I got the love for wanting to be that guy, you know what I mean, that everyone wanted to come to have a good time. So I started Rumor Lounge back in 2016, and it was a bar, but it gravitated more towards a nightclub.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was over in Kennewick, but it gravitated towards a nightclub, and because it didn't have no windows, I was only busy on the weekends. I was killing it on Fridays and Saturdays, but I had to be open 5 days a week, so I was dead Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, you know what I mean? So I decided to close it. I moved to Seattle in 2017. I lived in Seattle for a year, and that's where I fell in love with boba over there in the Seattle area, Portland area. I've always knew boba, but I didn't know just how big boba is. You know? And I was telling my wife, I was like, man, we need to bring a boba shop to Tri-Cities, and it's just like, I decided to move back, and that's what I did. I built a business plan for Tea House, and I'm so grateful that we're going on 2 years with Tea House. But at that time, I was still wanting to do a tap house. I was still wanting to get back into the bar scene. The bar scene's just my thing, man. I love interacting with people. I love being around people. I'm a huge people person, and this is where my heart's at. So I built a business plan for Flight, Tap, and Table, and I worked with my wife, and I said, you know what, this time around, I'm going to do it with my wife. I'm going to do it with somebody I can trust, somebody that I know that'll, work just as hard as me, and built the business plan, and then the building just fell in my lap. It's a great building, a great atmosphere. It's been great so far, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So with I know one thing that kind of was the fall of Dupas Boomers. That was the previous restaurant.
Yep.
Was parking. So maybe share a little bit about kind of what the trajectory is for that. And
what should people expect when they pull up?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, for sure. Parking was definitely a huge factor, especially when it came to, deciding with my wife whether we really wanted this building or not. But we're used to it. I mean, we go to Seattle, we go to Portland, we go to the big cities because we want that big city vibe. We want that big city place, that environment. And we felt, and I know, I this is the same way I feel about other businesses that don't have as much parking. We felt if you have the right atmosphere and you provide the right service, you offer the right products, parking won't be an issue.
People will walk miles for that.
Yeah, people will cross streets. People will take Ubers. And to be honest, we want people to take Ubers.
Right.
Yeah.
We are a tap house. We are a bar. And, a lot of people have been, talking about the parking and stuff. But it wasn't anything that we felt would, kind of hinder us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know it's an issue. And, the Markells, the owners of the land, assured us that, there's a lot of changes coming that the city's going to do. You know, whether that be a parking lot across the street where the old city hall used to be, this fire station right here on Swift on the corner, like right next to us, they're knocking that down and taking Swift all the way down to the water.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where we just need the customers to, you know, be patient with us as we, you know, work things out. And, you know, we're lucky that we don't have to pay for parking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in the big
no doubt.
cities, and I can almost be certain that, you know, in the near future, downtown Richland, downtown Kennewick, they're going to start charging for parking.
Right.
You know, and I just feel like our city's growing that big.
It's booming.
Yeah. And people are, you know, kind of complaining about the parking, but at least they don't have to pay for it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of played out to like complain about parking.
Yeah.
Like, we're not our parents.
And to be honest, nobody has big parking unless you're at the mall or unless you're part of a big, you know, strip,
Some sort of center
Yeah,
somewhere,
sort of center somewhere, you know. If you look at the parkings of other places, it's basically the same thing. It's just my parking's not in front of my building.
Right.
You know, parking's on the side, parking's on the back, parking's on the far back corner. You know, you literally have to walk seconds, you know, to find a parking. I think it's just people are scared because all they see is Swift. They don't see behind the building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I understand, you know, it's tough, but, you know, there's parking across the street right here, all across Swift. So, I mean, I signed the contract with confidence knowing that parking wasn't going to be an issue.
Yeah, confidence. It took a lot of confidence to open this spot, I bet.
Yeah, definitely. And
like it's pretty ballsy to open a business right now during this time, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, the customers have been great, man. We've been severely understaffed, and you know, we've been slowly hiring and
That's an issue everywhere too.
From what I thought was going to be a team of 10, we're now a team of 20.
Dang.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And it's a good problem to have. You know,
Yeah.
it's a very great problem to have, but at the same time, it's still a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, we're learning each and every day, and you know, we're changing, working out the kinks, and you know, eventually we'll get the rhythm up.
Well, you're definitely the people here. I hop on Instagram, Facebook, like stories everywhere. You got a good vibe set. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we talked to you and wanted to hold the podcast here.
That's what it's all about.
It's a way
man.
different setting, and it's great for Tri-Cities.
Something new.
Yeah.
Something vibrant.
Yeah. And and that's what it's all about, man. You provide a vibe, you provide an experience, and you know, people will come. You know, they'll support. So, and it's been nothing but support, and I really love it. And you know, we focused on the entrance because that's what's getting people to want to come and
their initial impression.
Yeah, their initial impression is everything, and we feel like we have a great entry, and you know, a lot of thanks to my wife because she's the one that, you know, just it was her idea, and I basically built her idea.
Gotcha. So she's kind of like maybe a designer.
Oh yeah.
She has a lot of influence in that regard.
A lot of influence on the way it looks in here, and you know, I agree with everything that she's wanting to do, you know, as far as the swings, as far as the backdrop, as far as neon, you know, ladies love it, guys dig it, you know, it's just one of those
something Instagrammable.
Yeah,
I'm sure you saw a lot of success with the tea house.
Yeah.
Neon thing.
It's kind of the same thing over there, you know. It's you got to create that vibe where people are gonna want to tag you, and people are gonna. It's basically free advertisement.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm a huge believer in that. And if you provide an experience or an atmosphere where people are gonna want to talk about it, you know, it'll all work out.
Yeah, social media is crazy.
Yeah, it's huge.
Crazy. So leveraging that for sure.
Yeah.
For any business, that's really the way to go.
So there's a major difference, I'm pretty sure, with the tea business and the bar business. Obviously, a bar is more busy on the weekends. How do you drive traffic, and what's kind of your strategies for that?
Well, one is offer different, you know, how can I say? Offer different products. You know, we're called Flight Tap and Table, and we call Flight because we specialize in flights.
Right.
So, like on Mondays, we have flights of margaritas. So Margarita Monday, and we present them to where they're picture perfect. You know, picture worthy. And you know, on Wednesdays we're gonna roll out Wine Wednesdays, and it's gonna be a flight of wine. You know, we have flights of beer, we have flights of ciders, we have, you know, flights of mimosas. You know, it's just one of those things where We have a shooter wheel. I don't know if you guys.
I saw that. That's sweet. Yeah, my girls.
We have a shooter wheel,
that.
so it's girls love it. The ladies love it, and guys do too. I had a group of guys that ordered the shooter wheel, but it's just that experience. Yeah, it's a Ferris wheel holding shots, but who else has a Ferris wheel?
I've literally never seen
that.
That's
pretty cool.
It's just one of those things like boom, and we have a tabletop beer dispenser called the 747, and it's 128 ounces of beer, and it's 4 different
awesome.
beers, and a group of 4 friends can come in and tap their own beer. Once again, the experience.
Yep.
Where else can you go with a group of friends and tap your own beer?
Yeah.
Other than other tap houses. I heard that they have tap houses where you can you get a card and you can just
there's one in Walla Walla like that.
Yeah, I think it's called like Hop Thief or
Thief.
something. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, where else can you go where you have a tabletop of 128 ounces of beer and basically pour yourself?
Well, and it's chilling right there too.
Yeah, and it's just
you don't
chilling
gotta
right
get up left and right.
Yeah, so it, going back to your question, that's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to set ourselves apart from the average bar. Set ourselves apart from the average place down the street. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just one of those things.
I can feel that definitely when I walked in here.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I walked in, just the vibe of everyone just enjoying their drink, watching the sports.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could feel that community is a big deal to you, and that you grew up around it. I could feel that definitely.
Yeah, it's huge for me, buddy, and it's just one of those things where I definitely feel for the parking issue, and I definitely feel for the people that are waiting over an hour just to get a table, and it's just they've been awesome, man. And all we have to do is be straight up with them, just hey, sorry, we're new. We apologize about the wait, and everyone's been totally fine with it.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
As long as you're transparent, that's all that matters.
That's right.
And so you can like community and want to create a restaurant, but do you see yourself as a problem solver? Like, how do you, like, in terms of business, do you just see how do you make decisions? Do you just go off a gut feeling, or?
No, I'm definitely a gut feeling kind of guy.
Yeah.
My wife is the one that slows me down.
Okay.
She's the more realistic one. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
If I want something, I go for it.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a decision, I stand by it. I don't really think. I just go. And
Love that.
it can be a huge benefit to me, a huge benefit on my end. But sometimes it bites me in the butt. But
yeah, you got to take those chances.
You got to take those chances, man. You never know. And that's what I did here. You never know. And I could. Who knows? I could close my doors in 8 months, but that's the chance that I was willing to take, and the confidence that I had in myself, in my team, in my brand, and especially in the community. You know?
People get caught up and worried about not succeeding at something, and it's like, well, a lot of people didn't even try.
Yeah.
So it's like, you
gotta go for it.
You gotta go
risk.
for it. Just like you guys, man. You guys came in and you guys had a vision and wanting to start a podcast, and look at you guys now.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things
Crazy.
where you have that confidence in your guys' selves, and without that confidence, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and having that conversation, that's why we're so thankful for you, because initially, kind of we've had the conversation when we walked in that first day. I think it was like the opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, a couple of the boys, we've been talking about doing something, and I had this epiphany to have and host this here, and then obviously have you on for the first episode. So seeing it all come to fruition. We got Media Lab helping us out.
Shout out to Media Lab.
Shout out Jeff.
Yeah, shout out Jeff Ware. So yeah, dude, it's just wild, and definitely, you're not going anywhere in 8 months. So yeah, we'll keep you here.
No,
for sure.
I love what you guys are doing, man, and especially putting small business owners, local small business owners in the spotlight, because sometimes they work so hard and they forget that, it is their dream that they're working for. Mm-hmm. And they can forget that, because it's so stressful. It's so hard, especially in this time of era, because of the COVID issues and stuff like that. Just to invite them in, have them have a seat with you guys and talk. That's huge, man. I love it. I love your guys' idea.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Anything like on the horizon, big events or things to look out for? I know you've communicated some things on social media, but anything, for the viewer to know or that we can highlight?
Yeah, for sure. We're slowly pulling out our food menu.
Uh-huh.
Going back to being severely understaffed, we literally have like one cook back there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And we're slowly pulling out the full menu. We're slowly pulling out our flight menus. We have to set it to where it's one day, one flight option. Like for instance, Margarita Mondays. Because if we do all of our flights available all day, every day, it'd be tough on the bartenders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're slowly working out the schedule as far as flights go, but as far as events go, Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
That's what I
you
was
guys
gonna
gonna do
ask.
something?
Super Bowl. So we're gonna have a Super Bowl food menu. So
Okay.
we'll have like 5 different food options for Super Bowl. But yeah, we're gonna do fun giveaways on Super Bowl.
yeah.
So that's the event that we're looking forward to in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah.
But as far as in the next month or so, we're working on getting our upstairs ready for the spring, for the nice weather.
Exactly. Once those
That
doors
patio,
can open up.
yeah, that patio is gonna be sweet, man. All the windows up there open, completely open,
Gotcha.
so we can make the whole inside feel outside, and it's super dope.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do another podcast up there.
Oh
once
yeah,
that
for
time
sure.
comes
Yeah,
around.
whenever you guys
be sweet.
want, man. Yeah, for sure.
That'd be sweet.
Who do you got winning the Super Bowl?
I hope to see LA Rams and the Bengals.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hope to see LA Ram and the Bengals.
You don't want to see the rematch.
Yeah. I don't. If the Bengals win, that'd be great, because it'd be nice to see somebody that hasn't been in the playoffs in so long to win.
Yeah.
But I just think the Rams are too good, man. They're stacked.
Well, local boy Cooper Cup.
Yeah, local boy
Like I'm a
Cooper
native,
Kupp, yeah.
so you got to root for him regardless of your favorite squad.
Yeah,
but
so yeah, definitely. So whether it's the Rams or the Bengals, I really hope it's them two.
Yeah.
One of them two. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, hey, do you guys want to get into the flight of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
yeah,
talk about
for sure.
that. We'll let you, Arthur, grab one of those. We got a couple on this side. So, kind of the end of the program here, we'll talk about each week. We'll do a little segment, flight of the week. So we'll highlight a local brewery, or they might be statewide.
Give it a smell. Give it a smell.
You want to talk a little bit about this and the brewery?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, what this is,
shoot.
it's called Double Peaches and Cream Shake.
Okay.
And what it is it's a tart ale by Great Notion. Great Notion Brewery, and they're based out of Portland. They have 2 breweries in Portland.
Ooh, that's nice.
Right?
That's crazy.
We'll
Yeah.
give you one after,
That's
Jeff.
different.
Yeah, no, this one's yours, bud. This one's yours. But yeah, they're based out of Portland, and they're just a small brewery. And they literally, in the last year, opened 2 more breweries in Seattle.
Nice.
Okay, so they're in Seattle now.
So they're in Seattle now. They're in Portland, but because they're a small brewery, they're not distributed. So I have to go up and pick up the kegs.
Well, you got to go
Dang.
all the way out there. And that's
Yeah,
committed.
but I do it because I'm a huge fan. I'm a beer enthusiast. I love beer. I love all kinds of beer. I'm not a fan of stouts, but I still will taste
Same.
them. But yeah, man, I felt my brother introduced me to Great Notion, and I just fell in love with them, man. They have such unique flavors of beer.
Yeah.
And it's not the beer that you would drink to get drunk. You know, you're drinking this beer for flavor, for the notes, for the actual story behind the beer. You know what I mean? Because they have all sorts of different flavors, and it's really growing here, especially here in the Tri-Cities. And I tapped it on Thursday. And, a lot of people have been coming in. Hey, I heard you got Great Notion on tap. So it's been awesome, man. Great Notion. Shout out to Great Notion. They're doing a great job with their brewery. And I hope to have at least one of their beers on tap, on a rotating schedule.
Perfect. Yeah, their branding's off the charts.
It's all about branding.
Tells a story,
Yeah.
and they do unique, designs and creative names, and it ties into the flavorings and all that. So it's off the charts.
Yeah, and to me, if a can isn't catching my attention, I won't pick it up and drink it. I'm serious.
Yeah, if they
I'm
care that
serious.
much about that detail,
It's
ingredients
huge, man.
is even
And
deeper than that.
if you see a Great Notion can next to all the beers and it stands out.
Definitely.
So they're killing the brand game, man.
Yeah.
They're definitely killing the brand game.
Yeah, no doubt. You guys,
You only have one of their options.
No,
here
I have
available?
two. I have 2 available right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This
I have
was
the
what
peaches-
again?
This is the double peaches and cream. And then I also have a stout. And I keep their stout because I have a stout float.
Okay.
So it's basically a 25-ounce mug with a scoop of vanilla bean ice cream.
Oh man.
With the stout. Oh, it's amazing, man. So, but yeah, that one's called Vanilla Double Stack. And that one's a really good one. It's more on the mocha side, the coffee side.
Oh, okay.
But that one's 11%.
11%.
Yeah.
That's where the Uber comes in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mike
that's where the
Tyson
Uber
beer.
goes.
Uber here, guys.
Yeah, and then this double peaches and cream is 9%. Yeah, so it's a little more on the pricier pricier side. It's like $7 for Belgian, so it's like a 12-ounce. But it's worth every penny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's worth every penny.
Tastes
And
really
and,
good,
and the
guys.
beer enthusiast will know that. You know, the craft drinker will know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a craft tap house that only taps craft beer. The only domestic beer that I have on tap is Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Yeah.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
There's always,
Yeah, so
Good fallback.
I mean, I have everything else. I still have Corona, I still
Yeah.
have Modelo, I still have Pacifico, you know, all the other beers, but in bottle.
gotcha.
Yeah.
In bottle. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Awesome. What's that? Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Ask away.
Yeah, so like I said, my wife was a huge part of this, even though she's behind the scenes. She's a huge part of it, and you know, I've had a lot of support from her. I've had a lot of support from my close friends. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to design my logo or name, you know, because I wanted something simple yet different, you know, and you know, flight. My wife really wanted to focus on flights. You know, she loves flights of mimosas. She loves flights of margaritas. I love flights of beer. Whenever I'm out of town, I look for a brewery because I want to support a local brewery,
Yeah.
and I get a flight. You know,
Yeah.
because I like to taste all kinds of different beers. So, man, we were probably took us a month to figure out our name, and we're like, man, what can be simple yet explain what we're doing. And one day she was like, what about flight? And I was like, you know what, that might work, but we need something behind it.
Yeah,
you know what
not
I mean?
just flight. Yeah.
And then what I was thinking, I was like, well, since we're gonna have 44 beers on tap, I was like, well, what about flight tap? And then she was like, well, it kind of sounds weird. And then I was like, well, we do serve food. And then she came up with flight, and then I tagged it with tap and table.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it just fell into play. And then when it came to the logo, I get a lot of compliments on the logo, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's great.
super simple. All it is it's an F introverted.
Yeah.
I introverted the F, and then I introverted that F, you know, to make it more symmetrical, so it can be branded like a logo, you know, so it can be on a hat, so it can be on a, you know what I mean? So, I just love doing that, you know. I created the logo for Tea House, and you know, my business partner. Shout out to my business partner Pauline. She's awesome as well. But you know, she helped me design the logo, and you know, I just love messing with, you know, Adobe and stuff like that. So
yeah, super fun.
yeah, so it's just late nights laying down watching TV, and my wife and I just kind of put it together. Yeah.
Sweet. How many logo name ideas and even design schemes do you think off the top of your head that you kind of went through?
To be
'Cause
honest,
I know it's a process being in marketing. Like,
dude, to be honest, it was one shot for my
shot?
for my main logo,
okay.
which is the word flight.
Yep. The script.
Great
Yeah, the
font.
script logo.
Yep.
And one shot for this one. And
One shot.
I'm serious, man. It was one shot, and I was just I stayed up till like 2:00 in the morning. Like I said, when I want something,
Yeah.
I go for it, man.
Yeah.
And when me and my wife decided, okay, this is gonna be our building, we're gonna sign contracts on Monday. So that weekend, I stayed up all night. I gotta get this down. So I was tweaking it a little bit. I would show my wife, do you like it? Add some drop shadow, or make this a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
or make this a little bit bigger. I did it all that night.
All that night.
Yeah.
Dang. When you know, you know.
Yeah, when you know, you
I
know,
mean,
man.
when
And
you know, you know.
I fucking, oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Hey, we were waiting for you to do that first.
Yeah, no, I stayed up, and I was like, you know what? I love it, you know, and I'm just glad my wife loved it, because if she didn't, I would have been like super bummed out. But no, she was, you know, on board, and I showed my friends. You know, I got a small group of friends that, you know, I know that ride for me. You
got a ton of supporters, bro.
Yeah, before Rumor or before you know, Flight Tapping Tables. So I got a really close set of friends that, you know, I care about their opinion. You know, they help me out. They're real with me. You know what I mean? And you know, they were there to help me from day one. You know, and I always asked for their feedback, and they're always giving me, you know, constructive feedback. You know, change this, or
so they'll be honest with you.
They'll 100% honest with me. Yeah. And they helped since day one, you know, so, you know, shout out to my, you know, my close friends as well. But, yeah, so it's just one of those things where when you know, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So you guys are opening up today at 11.
Yep.
No football games today though. They're tomorrow.
Yeah,
so,
it'll be jam packed today. It'll be jam packed tomorrow. I apologize in advance to whoever's listening that's been trying to come. But you know, we're working on trying to get, you know, staffed up. We're working on trying to get our waiting times down. We're learning, and you know, and we're having a great time learning.
Yeah, definitely. Well, dude, the spot is it's it. If I had one word to say. So with that, since you guys are opening up, we'll probably wrap up here.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for listening. Episode 1, Off Flight Podcast. You'll see more of us. You'll see more of Joey. But yeah, we got more stuff coming down the line. So stay tuned.
All right.
Thank you guys very much.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, by the way, if you guys come into the Tapping Table, you guys get 10% off your whole order. Just mention the Off-Light Podcast, and you guys will get the deal. Joey was really kind enough to offer you guys that, and we appreciate our listeners, anybody that supports, family, friends, the community. Just come out, man. Just come out and have a good time.